For all those who are unhappy about relative grading, so here is Sanmit who has done well, who has overcome that this. So when you're like, okay, you start your MBA preparation, you know your profile, okay, and this is basically a lot of students start with this. Ma'am, my profile is XYZ. Am I going to get calls? What calls do I get? So basically, what were you thinking?
I should go for an MBA because even during my engineering, I realized that I have both competencies. I am technically strong, I am also non-technically strong. So if I choose one of them, it is like unfair to the other one.
Okay.
So I was pretty sure that this.
So, hi Sanmit, it is very
Okay.
nice to meet you finally and to see you. And firstly, congratulations on IIM Mumbai. It is an excellent institute, and I hope you do really well there. So, before you begin, can you tell us a bit about yourself? Like for all the students who are watching, just tell a bit about who you are, your journey till here.
So my name is Sanmit Pandey. I have been living in Virar ever since I was born.
Okay.
I did my graduation in mechanical engineering from Sardar Patel College of Engineering. You might be knowing it
Yeah.
because you're from VJTI.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're like neighbors over there. And so after my engineering, I went to work in a startup. The name of the startup was Indra Waters.
Okay.
What they do is they have a patented water treatment technology that they utilize. So they have been using it, and we export these patented water treatment systems. I thought of giving CAT when I was in my final year in 2023, but by then I had actually missed the CAT form.
Okay.
So I was not able. Yeah, so I was not able to give it that year.
Okay.
Then after my graduation in June 2023, I gave CAT for the first time in November. After I did not do really well. I only got an 83 percentile.
Okay.
Yeah. I was trying to self-study, but I could not find too many resources. And CAT is an exam where the pattern looks very easy. So to me, it was, I think, overconfidence that I did not study a lot. And then I realized it, but then you have to wait an entire year again.
Yeah.
So I took up a job. I got my job at Indra Waters, as I mentioned earlier. I attempted CAT again this year, in 2024. And this time I used Kraku. I finally got some good resources for myself.
Okay.
And I gave a lot of mocks. And I ended up getting a 97.67 percentile.
Very good. Very good to hear about this also improvement, massive improvement from the first this to next. Uh, can you tell us a bit about your academic profile? You mentioned SPC. So, what engineering did you do in SPC? How did you actually like end up at a startup, and like how did you think of MBA? Because in last year of engineering, mostly people are like either GRE or job or MBA. So, how did you make that decision?
So I never had a question about whether I should do an MBA or not. I just knew that I should go for an MBA because uh, even during my engineering, I realized that I have both competencies. I am technically strong. I am also non-technically strong. So if I choose one of them, it is like unfair to the other one.
Okay.
So I was pretty sure that this would be a very good place to use both of my competencies and grow finally. So that was one perspective. The other was also that I have always been very keen about startups. I have always wanted to build something of my own. So an MBA would give me the understanding what goes into a business. It would allow me to like scale up my business massively and be in core responsibilities in different businesses.
Yeah.
So I was very interested upon it. GRE and so the other exams going outside of the country, I had eliminated it because of firstly financial constraints. And my second reasoning was that the world is coming to India. So why should I go out?
Exactly. That's a very smart way of looking at it. And having that clarity whether you want to stay in India, go outside India, a lot of students are not able to make up their mind, especially in like their final year. They're like 20, 21. So nobody can make up their mind at that point of time. But it's very good that you made up your mind that you want to stay in India and that you want to start up. That's very good clarity. Can you tell us about like your engineering? How did you like? What was your academic profile?
Yeah, so my academic profile, I am a GEM 877.
Okay.
The the worst thing to start with, I started with like a huge disadvantage. I was very demotivated at the start. Uh, Yeah, so
But
that is my
give
profile.
us a bit context. Is 7 in SPCA a very bad grade? Because I know a lot of good students also, particularly in competitive streams, where 7 is not that bad a grade. So, as compared to like your classmates, where were you in your class? Were you in the top quartile or in the middle of it?
I would say I was somewhere on the 40th, like on the 60th, 70th
Oh,
percentile,
okay, so that
and
was
not
okay.
very bad.
Okay, so you didn't do that great.
Yeah, like
Okay, yeah, okay,
yeah, my CGPA is 8.36,
okay,
and because we are graded amongst ourselves,
okay,
and because it's an autonomous college,
yeah.
so our CGPAs do tend to go down a little
Mhm.
at
Yeah,
times.
yeah, true.
Yeah, so
That is true for many colleges, particularly like where there is relative grading. So it might be that okay,
yeah.
you have like a 7 or a 8, but you might be still a good student, but still getting 7 or 8. So for all those who are unhappy about relative grading, so here is Sanmit who has done well, who has overcome that this. So when you're like okay, you start your MBA preparation, you know your profile, okay, and this is basically a lot of students start with this. Ma'am, my profile is XYZ. Am I going to get calls? What calls do I get? So basically, what were you thinking? Were you worried about your profile? Was that not really that big a factor in your mind? What were you thinking?
It was not a factor till I completed CAT,
Okay.
and my reasoning for it is very simple. You make a decision what career path you want to take.
Hmm.
Whether you want to do a job for 5 years, whether you want to do an MBA, or you want to do a GRE.
Hmm.
Now, in all these three conditions, you have to study.
Yeah.
You eventually have to study. Even if I keep crying like for a month about my profile, it won't change anything.
Yeah.
I have to get that score. So it doesn't make sense to, like keep crying about it. Instead, just go and work.
Yeah.
I understand in some cases where people might not be eligible, or they would want to try and understand where they lie.
Yeah.
So what kind of grade do they want? So I understand if you have a concern
Yeah.
about it and you think about for a couple of days, but spending a lot of time understanding where I stand is not something that I would recommend. I would say just give CAT,
Hmm.
fill all forms.
Yeah.
The shortlists that you get, try to convert. The ones you don't get, forget about it.
Okay. So you mentioned you also took MBA's Maharashtra CET. So just tell me all the exams that you took. Did you fill all forms or just like
I
every form?
I filled I filled all forms except NMAT.
Okay.
Uh, so I gave SNAP. I got a very bad percentile. I gave ZAT. I got a very bad percentile. MBA CET was something that I was very attached to
Hmm.
because I did very well in my MHP CET, which is of
Yeah.
engineering,
Yeah.
and I got into SPC.
Mhm.
So I wanted to do some similar magic over here and get into JBIMS.
Yeah.
That was not, I was not able to do that. But I did really well in CAT, and then I was able to get into IIM Mumbai.
That's also very good. See, basically, this is one thing that I would always say that firstly, you didn't spend too much time about worrying about where you will, like, what your profile, what should be the target percentile, etc. And another mistake a lot of students make is not filling forms. And for particularly for those who have Maharashtra domicile, them not filling MBA CET would be a crime. I would feel that they absolutely should do MBA CET because there are great colleges through MBA CET. So one more important thing that we everybody should learn from Sanmit's example is that fill every form, take as many omits as possible because they just increase your chances. They just increase the opportunities that you'll have. Okay, so basically, you mentioned that you have an 877 profile, right? So,
Yes.
did you feel that this put you on the back foot mentally when you were going into your interview phase, or did you feel that it's okay? I know how to handle this.
No, so my perspective was very different. My perspective was that if I have an 877, maybe I am at a disadvantage. But if I know that I am at a disadvantage, I need to work even harder.
Yeah,
I have no scope of error.
yeah,
So if I go and sit for an interview, I have to know everything. If I have not studied well, then I can't, because it doesn't make sense. And I have to come another year.
yeah.
It is too much of work. So you just do your best, be very well prepared, be confident, and then just what happens happens.
Yeah, that's actually very good. A lot of people basically chill after the CAT results are over. They are like, okay, ho gaya, CAT ho gaya. Now I don't need to work hard for this. But PI is actually like a big chunk of your overall score. The fact that you always felt, I have to really do well, I think that must have played a big role. because then you put in
Yeah.
that effort. If you don't put in that effort, even with a very good CAT percentile, perfect academic profile, even there are guys with perfect academic profile, good CAT score, everything, and still with no converts. So I think you were sensible in how you actually approach the whole this. You mentioned that you worked at a startup and you are interested in startups. So can you tell me, like, how did it help in your PI process? Did it not help in your PI process that you worked at a startup?
It did wonders at times.
Okay.
So for my PI,
Hmm.
I had a very simple strategy. I knew that a PI lasts only 10 minutes.
Hmm.
And I knew that the first minute is my introduction.
Yeah.
So what I would do is, at the second half of my introduction, I used to put some breadcrumbs that directed the entire conversation towards my startup.
Okay.
So I used to very sneakily mention that, oh, I have built something that is currently functional in 5 countries.
Hmm.
Now they want to know more about
Yeah.
it. So they ask me a couple of questions on it. And then the next 2 questions I decided.
Hmm.
That will be it. So it has happened in my SPGMR interview, which I narrowly missed.
Hmm.
It happened in IIM Raipur. It happened in the CAP interview as well. And it also happened in IIM Mumbai. So it has happened throughout.
Very good.
So that kind of worked in my favor. So like the 3 minutes, the first 3 minutes, the first impression, I had that covered. And in the later stages, yeah, like they used to ask 1 or 2 questions about it, but not much.
Okay, that's very good. And that's basically something that we tell a lot of students, that you have to put hooks. You have to put hooks that entice the like fishing. You're putting these enticing bits that they have to essentially get hooked on. One thing that I'll ask you is that you have massive improvement. You went from 84 percentile to 97 percentile. So for somebody who has just given CAT and who like didn't do well in CAT 2025 and who is looking for a big jump in their percentile, can you tell what should those students be focusing on? What would be the one thing, especially if you are not having a good percentile or you're suffering in a particular section, what should you do to actually get out of that?
Um, One of the advice that I would want to give to people who are giving CAT again is, don't think of that previous percentile as your potential,
Hmm.
because it might not be.
Yeah.
Always aim for 100 percentile. Don't aim for anything less. I think I made that mistake myself.
Hmm.
I aimed for a 99, which is why I felt a little lower.
Hmm.
Go for a 100 percentile. There are people who score 150 in the exam. Then why can't you do it? Why can't you get a 130 or a 120 and get that 99.9 percentile? So maybe think from that mindset.
Hmm.
I would also say that always have that one section that you can completely trust upon,
Hmm.
and it has to be either VRC or quant.
Hmm.
So quant is something that I can blindly trust upon.
Hmm.
Even if I get a paper right now, I might do really well. I might get more than 95 percentile.
Hmm.
Some because the people, they pull their score by different grades.
Hmm.
Now that I have seen many toppers
Hmm.
scorecards, there are some people who are incredibly good at VRC,
Hmm.
and they are able to pull their entire score. So even though they are bad in DLI and quant, it doesn't matter at the end of the day,
Hmm.
because they got the convert, they got the shortlist.
Hmm.
So maybe try and do that.
Hmm.
Uh, I think that is it from me.
Okay. How did Krakow help in your journey? You mentioned that you got the right resources. So just tell us how Krakow helped in your journey in going from 84 percentile to 97 percentile.
Sure. So I loved the study room. The study room, essentially, because I was a little decent at quant, I wanted more difficult questions so
Mhm.
that I don't get relaxed. Because if I get easier questions and if I'm able to solve all of them, then I might get overconfident. So the hard questions in the Krakow study room, they were really that helped me in DILR and in quant. It was very properly segregated. Even I remember there was, so PNC number system, people usually skip it. I was able to do it because there was this one Ma revision video of
Yeah.
2 hours that you had taken. So I
Yeah.
just saw that and I was able to answer 3 questions like a couple of questions in the exam using that. So
Okay.
I think all of that really helped me out. Uh, because the sessions were pre-recorded, the ones that I was watching, I had the liberty of coming home, putting the session at my particular speed, whichever speed I wanted to be. I
Mhm.
used to watch it at 1.5x, 1.25x. I used to solve questions along with like you. If I am having difficulties in solving a particular question, I pause it, I look at it
Hmm.
properly, I try my best to solve it. So all of those things were like very easier to do with Kaku. The mocks were great. I used to watch a lot of you and Maruti sir taking those mocks, and I used to see, oh, so this is your strategy. This is how he is doing it. So maybe
Hmm.
I should do it in that particular way.
Hmm.
And all of that really helped me out.
That's great, Sanmit. And very good actually that you focused a lot on solving and practice. The fact that
Yeah.
I think what is smart about your strategy was that you knew you were good at quant, so you didn't let
Yeah.
up on that. You actually thought that I have to do really well, I have to push myself with harder questions. Because a lot of engineers, firstly, they crib a lot about the fact that they are gems, but they also don't put in the effort required to really crack in maths. Because if you are a general engineer male, it is expected that you should ace the quant section, and to
Yeah.
really ace it, you have to push yourself with the harder questions. Otherwise, you will do average, and then the whole score will just be average. You can't really push through unless you push in that section. So that is a very smart strategy that you have used, and it has really given very good results. Now, going into you're going into a sustainability program. You're going, and you're also thinking about starting up in the future. So basically, can you tell us like what was your thinking about choosing this particular program, choosing IIM Mumbai? What was your rationale behind that?
So I wanted to do operations. That is first thing that I would want to admit over here. I wanted to do operations. I narrowly missed SPGIMR, and
Mhm.
because I am from SPC, as I mentioned earlier, it is right next to us. So
Okay.
I have been looking at it since 2019, and I missed that college. I missed it by like only 40 seats. So
Yeah.
that was a little heartbreaking.
Mhm.
Being a gym and having this profile, uh, and getting IIM Mumbai,
Mhm.
that first of all was a great thing for me. Uh, if I had gotten a new IIM or a baby IIM, I might have risked and went for another year so that I
Mhm.
can get a better convert. But
Mhm.
because now the risk is higher, like if I
Mhm.
get a new IIM, if I leave a new IIM and go for something bigger, the risk
Mhm.
is lower. But leaving IIM Mumbai, the risk is very high.
Yeah.
So that is why I decided not to risk it at this particular moment. I
Mhm.
went in for the course. Sustainability, there were three things that actually pulled me towards IIM Mumbai. Firstly,
Mhm.
I live in Mumbai, so I
Mhm.
can very easily go to my parents. The
Yeah.
second was the sustainability program. It's not like I am not interested in it. It
Mhm.
is actually very close to my line of working. So I can any day leverage it and mention that I have talked to these particular clients. I know these things about it, and I might have an edge over other students. And the third is that I'm an engineer.
Mhm.
IIM Mumbai previously was NEETI.
Mhm.
Their sectional cutoffs is very evident that they want
Mhm.
engineers, and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
am an engineer, and
Yeah.
they have more opportunities for us. So I think that was my rationale behind choosing IIM Mumbai and going with this program.
Okay. Excellent. Very well done, Sanmit. And best of luck for all your future endeavors. And I hope that you actually have this clarity of thinking throughout your career, because I feel that you have made all the right decisions in this entire path. You have made the best use of the resources, you have made the best decisions that you can. You have shown a lot of clarity of thought. Best of luck for all your future, like all the decisions that you make. Hope you have the same clarity of thought, and best of luck for IIM Mumbai and your career beyond. Okay. Is there any last words or parting words you would like to tell to encourage the students who are like either demotivated or just feeling slightly bad about either their weak profile or being a gem candidate or just anything about that? If anything that you want to say to motivate those students, what would you say?
So, what I would say is, not just for this particular condition, for the situation, but rather, I think throughout our lives, what we should do is we should try to control our circle of influence.
Hmm.
So, if I am going and trying to control something that is happening in the US, that Trump should reduce tariffs, it is way out of my circle of influence. I will never be able to do it. If I
Hmm.
am thinking that I might try and change the system that has been set up right now, it
Hmm.
is way out of my circle of influence. I can't
Hmm.
do it. And I
Hmm.
want to do my MBA next year. So,
Hmm.
what is that you can control? You can control
Yeah.
your CAT score, you can control your GDPI, and you can maybe control your work experience. So if
Yeah.
I had gotten a lesser score, my strategy would have been to go another year working and
Hmm.
then maybe use those points to, like counter my lower academics so that
Hmm.
I can probably get into a good B school.
Yeah.
I do not think after 5 years or 10 years, anyone would be asking you what your profile is.
Yeah.
when they hear if I am Ahmedabad, they
Yeah.
might not even care about it. So
Mhm.
you have not studied in your 10th, you did not study in your 12th, you did not study in your graduation. You are getting one chance at redeeming yourself from all of those miseries by simply doing well in CAT. Then I think you should simply go for it.
Excellent. Very good advice. And I would say that anybody who is worried about the past, this is the right attitude that you should have. That you can't change a past, you can't rewrite the past, but you have three things in your hand: your work ex in your hand, your CAT score in your hand, your GDPI prep in your hand. And Sunmit did exceedingly well at all three. So, very well done. Thank you, Sanvit, so much for talking to us. And basically, it was like very nice talking to you. To get basically, I feel that for a lot of students who are confused, you have offered clarity, you have offered like direction. And thank you very much for talking to us, Sanvit.
Thanks a lot for having me. I really had a lot of fun in my entire journey. I would like specially mention it to you. I remember there was this one mock, okay? So it was mock 2 that I have actually texted you on Instagram as well. I sent
Okay.
it to the team. Yeah, so what
Okay.
happened is you did very bad in the DILR section. I think you only got 5 questions correct. And
Okay.
being a professor, you could have edited that entire thing out.
Yeah.
But you were so genuine that you came out and you were like, okay, I did a horrible job. Maybe
Mhm.
I've gotten a little rusty.
Mhm.
These are the mistakes that I made. This is how
Mhm.
I can solve it.
Yeah.
So I think that genuineness is something that really helped me. I think everyone, so if a professor can admit that these are the mistakes that they have made, I think me and like everyone else who is giving CAT, they should
Mhm.
also look at their mocks in the same way. That
Yeah.
these are the mistakes that they've made. This is how they can clear it off, and
Yeah.
it was really helpful throughout, like to me, throughout the entire journey. So thanks a lot for that.
Thank you, Sanvit. Thank you so much. Thank you for the like very sweet words. And okay, I will end the session here. So thank you so much for actually talking to us, Sanvit. And it was a very easy conversation. I've never really done it before, so I was kind of dreading it. That okay, it will be like a tough conversation and all. But it was a fairly easy conversation with you. So thank you very much for that. And best of luck for I Mumbai. You're like very clear headed, so that's good. Keep working hard in IIM Mumbai also. Okay, try to get a good score. If you have a good GPA, it will completely erase the past GPAs. Okay,
Yeah.
like
Yes.
just work very hard on getting a very good GPA in your IIM Mumbai. Okay, and at the end of the day, people care more about the last 2 years than the last 10 years. So just
Yeah.
focus
Yeah.
on getting doing the best you can in IIM Mumbai. Don't fret about placements, whether the placement SIP is good, not good. Focus on the longer term, focus on your grades. If your SIP is not good, say that, okay, I'll crack it in the final placements. Do the best you can in the next 2 years because, firstly, you are as a SPC grad, etc., you have a fairly good labels on your resume. So, and you have again now I am Mumbai also a label on your resume. So you can do really, really well in life. Just do the I would say the first thing that I would recommend as somebody who has already gone through the process of an MBA is get a good start in MBA. Okay, the first 3 4 months it will be like a slog. It will be like very tiring, and you'll feel like giving up. But don't give up in the first 3 months when it is peak pain. Make sure that you are capable of like when others buckle, that you stay strong, that you keep focus on your grades, that you keep focus on the placements, everything as such. Basically, if you survive the first 3 months and survive it well, you will do very well in the remaining, like the rest of the 2 years. Because a good start in MBA is super important. Once that start is good, the rest actually takes care of itself. Okay. So best of luck. Okay.
Understood.
And
Uh, Is
yeah.
there something that you would mention I should really focus on? Because these days I am not able to understand what should I be focusing on, given that I want to go into operations, but I have sustainability with me. So should I
No,
take some
that's okay.
courses
See,
or
again, the program etc. will not be limiting, because I think in mostly in the first year you would have a cross sectional cross sectional access to all disciplines. And again, in the second year, because of your sustainability program, there'll be some required electives. But then again, you can take electives from operations. They won't limit
Hmm.
you from taking operations electives, but there'll be certain sustainability electives that you have to take. So if you're
Hmm.
interested in operations, take as many of those electives as possible. Okay, if you score well in them, you can then use that or leverage that to get into
Hmm.
the roles that you want. uh, Going into a MBA program, firstly, I would say that something that I didn't know when I joined was how, particularly if you're an engineer, you have no background from commerce, you don't know how to read a balance sheet or an income statement. So, first thing I would say is that from here till joining your MBA college, try to get a bit of idea about financial accounting. So, how to read a balance sheet, how to read an income statement, how to just basically some like the first year BCom kind of like how to make entries, basic stuff. Because if you don't have that knowledge, right, you will spend waste a lot of time in the first 3 months, like to compensate for that. If you go in with that additional knowledge as such, your first 3 months will be easier. So I would say always focus and get that. Some basic financial reporting should be like you should be able to do that. Secondly, get your resume in place. Try to accumulate all your points. If you have any certificates that are missing, Mumbai University is notorious in giving engineering certificate lates, etc. Get it done now before you have. Otherwise, you'll have to run around during your actual this to try to collect the transcripts or certificates or whatever. So get your certificates together, make a master resume so that you have some clarity going in about where the blind spots are in your resume. So you can then spend some time digging that, okay, do I have some certificate here? Do I have some certificate there? Talk to, you have, I guess you have a supportive working environment. I think your job was supporting you, or the Indra
Yeah,
Water.
yeah.
Yeah, no. So try to get very good work ex points from them. If they are good guys, they will support you. They will give you good reco. They will give you good points. So try to get those good points from them so that you bolster your resume going in. You have some basic knowledge of finance, and I would say that as a just have this resume locked down plus the base some basic knowledge of finance. I think you should be fine. Most of the engineers are okay with like the quantitative courses. Most engineers are okay with like even economics to a degree, but they struggle with this financial. It used to be called FRA in our time. Okay, they used to struggle with that. So if you are able to do that FRA part, plus you will always obviously do better than most students in the like quantitative aspect, like probability and statistics one, etc. You will obviously do better than most students. So again, your overall GPA will be better. Plus, if your resume is good, even your placements would be good. So just those two things I would say. Make sure that you get that done before you go in. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So best of luck, Sanmit,
Yes.
and hope you
Okay.
do well at IIM Mumbai.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Okay. See ya. Bye bye.
Bye. It was fun talking.
Thank you.